Welcome to my channel. This is the Painted Peach and I am Mary. Today I am in Journaling Our Way with Tasha, Lisa, Tiffany, Nikki, Christy, and me. Today I am doing some Bible journaling. Well, preparing my Bible for journaling because I don't really want to write in my Bible while I'm in church, like taking notes and stuff, and I don't want to have to carry a whole other um, notebook with me. So I want to add some pages and things into my Bible so that I can actually journal right into it. So I'm just cutting some scrap paper and I'm going to use as much of it as I can in my Bible. So I use this big cutter. I do want to get a smaller one though with the little slidey thing, but for now I'm going to use this one and use what you got, right? So I'm just deciding exactly what I want to do, and I think I'm cutting it down to fit a whole page to begin with, and then I'm going to use whatever excess is left over just to add here and there. So I'm trying to get this the size of my Bible. Once I have it where I want it, then I'm just going to open up my Bible to where I want to put the first piece. So I've decided to put it right at the front of Genesis, and I needed to cut it down a little more so that it would actually fit all the way and not stick out. Once I had it ready, I decided that I was going to need to attach it some way. The ways that I've seen people attach are with glue or with washi tape. So we're going to try washi tape for this one and see how it goes. So I just pulled out a strip that would fit my page a little bit longer on each side, and I'm placing it on the end of my, on the edge of my scrapbook paper. And I'm getting it lined up with the page that I want to put it in. I do struggle a little bit to keep this in frame. When you're doing these kind of things without practicing, it's a little harder. And I like to do them with you guys. So now I'm just folding it over the page. I want to make sure that I don't cover up anything important on the other side. And I'm just going to slide it right on the edge of the page. And then it's hooked to the page on this side. The little excess pieces on the end, you can just cut those off even with your pages. I do plan to go through all the pages and add some washi tape, but I'm just starting a little bit at a time with my Bible, and I'm going to enjoy the process, and hopefully I'll have this thing so dressed up that it's going to be so unique. But the whole point is to not write in the Bible pages, but to have places to do that. I find myself wanting to write something down when I'm in church, and sometimes it just goes anywhere on my Bible, and I don't want to do that. So now that we've got that page ready, we're just going to flip and see where we would like to put something else. Showing you there how the flap works. And I'm going to the next area I want to put things, and it is the next book. So here I'm just going to cut a piece that goes in that little area that I want to put it in right there, and I'm just going to cut it into a rectangle and have it flap from the top this time. So I'm marking it off where I want it, and then I'll just cut it to size. We are going to use the washi tape again for this one so it can flap up. And so I get that same floral washi tape. It is so beautiful. I got it from Hobby Lobby. And it's kind of the thick roll. I like that because I can go from one side and flip it to the next side and still have a good, nice floral design there. when using the washi tape. There's some cutting involved because you want to make sure you don't have any excess tape that's going to stick where you can't flap it up correctly. But it's really easy to use the washi tape. Why do I want to say floral? I've found it's a lot easier to do the washi tape when you're doing flaps. So now I'm just taking all these scraps that I cut off from that main piece, and we're going to add little um, pieces here and there. And I went on to the next book in the Bible because I just want to have one place in each part that I can write things down. So I just marked that one off and cut it with the scissors. It was a lot easier with the scissors as long as it's something I can do a straight line on. This paper actually had lines on it, so it was pretty easy. And I think this time I decided to use the glue. Do I use the glue this time? Y'all, I can't remember. Nope, I think I'm using washi tape. So I'm just going to stick the washi tape into the crack, and then I'm going to stick this piece into the crack too and flap it over. So the washi tape's sticking in on the book and on my flap. So I'll just go through and show you that we did this first page. I'm going to show you everything we're doing out of this one piece of paper. And then we have this flap. And then we now have this flap. So I'm going to the next book in the Bible, and we're going to make sure that we don't skip anything. I feel like I was skipping. There we are. And we're going to put something here. So I have this other piece from cutting the paper. We have this long one we're going to put here, and we're going to make that a flap. That way we're not covering anything. I'm not going to put any stickers on it or anything like that. That way we have a place to write. Here I decide I want to do something a little different. I decide I want to fold it in half, and on the other side of this page there's a blank spot for writing. So I'm actually going to glue it to that side of the page. Here, you'll see me here, this side where it's blank, and we will have a flap on this side and a place to write on the other that's not the Bible page. I really don't like writing on the Bible pages. They're so thin. I'm so afraid that it's going to bleed through. It never does, but you never know, right? So here I'm going to decide to glue it, and once we get that glued, I'll be back. Now the glue that I'm using is Aleene's Tacky Glue. I don't know if this is the proper glue to use, but it works pretty good for me. And I do end up adding something right here on the back of this to decorate that up a bit because I felt like it would help it stay down, plus add a little bit something different. So I had this piece of canvas fabric, and it was torn off of a canvas, and I was like, oh my goodness, that's perfect. So we glued that down to the little corner so it wouldn't pop up all the time. It'd be super cute to add a piece of ribbon or fabric or anything like that. Also, something that would be super cute to do is to add like a zipper and have a pocket that opens, but I will have to try that on another time because that just popped in my head as I'm doing this. But I used that same glue. We're gluing that down, and I like this glue because it's pretty instant. You still have some wiggle room, but after that, that thing's stuck for sure. So I'm going to take a moment and talk about this while we're creating here. I know I'm probably going to have somebody come into the comments and say, oh, you should never do this to your Bible. That's destructive of the Bible, this and that. Well, I am not that kind of person. I love my Bible and I want it to be personal to me. Just because I'm adding this to my Bible doesn't mean I'm adding to the word. So that's exactly what you don't want to do. You don't want to change the wording of the Bible. You don't want to put anything in your own words, but these are here to help me study, to help me worship, to help me pray. And if you don't do this, that's fine. We're all different, and you don't necessarily have to, encourage this video. But I believe this helps me want to get creative in it and learn the word more. And I do study, so this will help me not have to carry a bunch of notebooks around. Nowhere in the Bible does it say I can't put things in here to write notes. So, to each their own. So now I'm just adding some more little scraps now that we got that over with. Some more little scraps here and there so that we can take notes, make doodles, whatever we need to do to help us along our journey of learning the word. And why not make it pretty, right? So I'm clipping off the ends of that washi tape so nothing gets stuck, and the other side didn't cover anything important. That's just the little coloring page. And then we just gonna move on and keep on going. So I think you guys got the drift of that. I'm going to share now something I found on Pinterest. You can get these, they're pretty cheap. I don't remember how much I paid, but it was not much at all. And it gives you every book of the Bible with a little synopsis of it, I guess, because some people, well, that one wasn't part of it. That was a thing I wanted to paint. So some people need help understanding, and I think these really help do that. And I actually cut these out um, to put in my kids' Bible as well, because we are homeschooling now and we are going to learn from the Bible for history and reading and all kinds of stuff. And these will be great to help him study. Just glue it right into his Bible or put it in his little notebook that he's studying with, and he will be able to have a little bit more explanation of what is in this chapter before we start reading, or just to remind him later what he read. So this set I cut out for me to put in my Bible, and we're going to do a little bit of that today. I will include the Pinterest link that I purchased these from. They're amazing. I've looked at them so many times, and then I finally said, you know what, I'm going to purchase them. I'm just going to do it. I probably could have made them myself, but I like to support small businesses, and this probably helped that person um, contribute to their family. So give back when you can. And yeah, so let's get started with these. So, is it just me, or does everyone have a hard time finding where things are in the Bible? For a while there, I was getting used to it because I was reading daily, but now I have to search for which book is where. And so I have these little labels, but they're not really good. They fall off. So we'll get to that eventually too. So what I'm going to do is just glue them right in to each of the books of the Bible, and that way they're there. I don't know if I'm checking if I want to put it in the front or the back of the book of the Bible, and I do believe I started on the front of each one, but yeah. So let's see here. I'm going to see how it'll look there, and I'm like, let's just start it right in the beginning of the chapter. That way we can have a summary and then go in. You can see right there where I have already written in my Bible, and this is what made me want to do this, because I felt like I don't want to do that. I don't want to write directly in there because I want it to be pretty, and I don't write really pretty when I'm in a hurry to write something down. So I'm using that same glue, and I'm putting it on the very edge of this, and we're going to stick it right down inside that crack. And that way it's in the binding of it, but it's not messing up any of the pages. Wipe off any glue you might see there. And typically I'd let this dry before I went on. That way you don't get it stuck together, but I made sure that I really got all that glue off, so I'm not too worried about that happening. So the rest of this is just me doing that same thing, adding them in to the little center binding part of the Bible. And sped this up because, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. You just stick them in the book that they go in. I'm excited to start doing these lessons with my son. That way we'll both have them in our Bible and we'll both be able to just read as we go. So I went ahead and sped through all that, and I wanted to show you exactly what we've done so far. We've added our note-taking things. We've added our summary of each, or synopsis of each book of the Bible. And then we're going to do one more thing after this. So here are some of the artwork that I've done, and we have these as printables in our shop, the Artist Lounge. Me and my sweet friend Corey from Creative Roots Art, we have a business together and we both paint, so we put our paintings in there as digital prints. So the difference between our digital prints and others is most of those are not hand painted. A lot of them are AI generated, and these are actual paintings from artists. So we think that sets them apart. And so I wanted to add mine straight into my Bible. I love this painting that I did. It's one of my favorites. And I wanted to add it right in the front of my Bible, but I couldn't decide where. So I printed it a little big, so I will have to cut some of it off, which is fine. But I just wanted to show you that these prints can be used in a lot of ways. You can print them on fabrics, you can print them on tissue paper, rice paper. You can even make an SVG probably out of it and make it on a shirt if you wanted to. But once you purchase, they are yours to do with what you want, and they're pretty reasonably priced, if I do say so myself. We do also sell our original artwork, so if you don't follow us over on Facebook, Mary, me, I'm the Painted Peach. Over here, I'm the Painted Peach by Mary. Over there, it's just the Painted Peach. And Corey is Creative Roots Art over there, and Creative Roots Art by Corey over here on Facebook. We also have our own YouTube that we're getting started for the Artist Lounge itself, so make sure you check that out as well. I'll put all these links in my description, and I hope that you check out our Ko-fi shop and follow us over there as well. We are adding we just added our Santas in there, and we're adding a lot more single prints. Before we were just doing bundles. We have a few designers that are pretty wonderful over there on Facebook. They're our friends as well, and they get their own bundles to show you guys. So a lot of them are created just with them in mind, so check them out as well. All right, so we use that same glue, and we're gluing Jesus, the shepherd, and his sheep right in the front of the Bible because I just love it. I also, in the back of my Bible, have a drawing, which I should have showed you in this video. I drew Jesus back there in the back. All right, so I'm just smoothing that out, and I just wanted to show you that we can use our own artwork as well. I just love this one. It's my favorite, I think. The next one I use is my Running to Jesus painting, and we're going to put that in here as well. So I'm going to cut that out real quick, and let's see what we're going to do with it. So this painting was done when I was doing a devotion on Ruth. I think I did that over here on YouTube. If I did, I'll try to put that link in the description as well. Wherever I did it, I'll link you guys. But this was in that devotion because there's wheat in the story of Ruth, the book of Ruth, and this is just what came to mind when I was doing that devotion. So I wanted to add it in the book of Ruth so that I could remember that that's why I painted this. And so that's why it ends up here. I'm just cutting it to the size that I want, and you know, that takes a while. I'm so indecisive. But we're going to get it to the size we want and glue it on here. I think I make a pocket out of this. I'm pretty sure I do. So you can also make pockets to hold different notes that you take. So that would be great too. Instead of having no space to write as much as you want, you could just stick them in there, or it could hold some little bookmarks or something like that that you want to use. So I'm adding that same glue only on 3 sides, and then we'll put it down and we'll make it a little bit in so you can see that it is a pocket. And this is super cute. Here I'm showing you can stick things in there. That is so fun. I decided to add a little piece of the print that I cut off with the wheat on the other side over here just for a decoration. And that is that. So this is the conclusion of my video for today. I hope you enjoyed doing this with me, and I hope that you'll join in if you like to do these kind of things. And join us for Journaling Our Way next time. I'll post the flyer and let you guys know when it's happening again. You can message Tasha to join us over on Instagram, and we hope that you enjoy this show. Stay peachy. Check out all the other people in this, and they are linked in my description as well. Have a blessed day. Bye bye now.